Before we dive into images, we need to learn how iOS stores them and accesses them whenever we compile our app. So in Xamarin, let's open a new iOS single view app, call it whatever. Let's have this image tutorial and go ahead and create that. Now, when you compile an iOS app, everything gets bundled into the root directory of the app. So if I come over to my resources folder, and typically you would store whatever music files or images you want to store inside of here, I can right click it, I can add a file, and I can browse to where my files are. So in my downloads I have this horse.jpg. You can put in any image file you like. I'm going to drop that in and copy it. Alternatively, you can move it, but it's up to you. Copy to the directory. So now we have this horse.jpg. If I right-click this horse.jpg and go to Build Action, there are a couple of options. We have Compile, Embedded Resource, etc., etc. You would think by default you would have this as an image asset, but this is actually a bundle resource. We'll cover image assets later. And bundle resource informs our compiler that we would like to put this in the root directory. So what does that mean exactly? Well, come up to Build, click Build All, and then once it's finished building, we're going to right-click the top-level solution and go to Reveal in Finder. Then I'm going to open up this folder, go to the bin, because this is the build folder, iPhone Simulator, the debug build, and there we have our application. You can right-click it, show package contents, and we have all of the files in that single folder. You'll notice horse.jpg is also inside of that single folder. However, that's not to say we can't use folder structures inside of this finished app. So come back by one, and what I'm going to do is simply remove these three files under debug. So Command and backspace will delete them. Then come back to Xamarin, right click our resources, let's add a new folder and call it My Images. Then drag the horse into My Images, and again, let's build. You can hit Command B to do this via shortcut. Right click Image Toot, Reveal in Finder, and there we have our newly compiled app. Let's right click and show package contents, and there is no horse.jpg, but there is a My Images, and inside of there a horse.jpg. Now, we haven't covered how to show this image inside of Xamarin yet, but you can imagine if we're showing an image, our designer is actually going to require this name, and if it's embedded inside a folder structure, it's going to require the path to the actual file as well. In the subsequent lecture, I'll show you how to display this image and also how to display it if it's embedded within a folder.